Time for rock news on 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station. Let's check in with Lynch and Taco and see which rockers are making the headlines for all the right and wrong reasons. 101.1 WJRR.
Okay, we've touched on this all morning long. The announcement was made the last night during American Idol's special Rock and Roll Hall of Fame edition episode. The class of 2026 will be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in November in the Peacock Theater in Los Angeles.
We were kind of expecting to be let down yet again.
But lo and behold, there were a few surprises. The performer category artist going in this year will be Phil Collins as a solo artist. Billy Idol. Iron Maiden. Third time's the charm. This is the third time they've been nominated. Finally, they get the green light. Joy Division / New Order. Oasis. There's one of your other surprises. Now, the Gallagher brothers have been very vocal about they're not so crazy about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame selection process, and they've made that known. In fact, they called them a bunch of wankers. And there's probably a lot of people who perhaps agree somewhat with that. They've decided to go ahead and induct Oasis on their third time being nominated.
The irony.
Sade's going in, Luther Vandross, and Wu-Tang Clan. That's the performer category. There's some other early influence awards and musical excellence awards, some other artists that will also be nominated again. The ceremony will be in November in Los Angeles. It's not going to be broadcast live this time. It will be recorded and then played back as a special via ABC and Disney Plus at a later date to be determined.
What's the reason behind that? The reasoning? Oh, they didn't say. Probably
because the thing goes on north of 4 hours.
Oh.
And they probably want to do some, really clean editing down and get it into a more condensed presentation. Notables not making the cut. The number one fan vote artist, New Edition, which we were kind of scoffing at that the whole time when they all of a sudden just shot to the top of the fan vote. There was some sort of, concerted effort to propel that up. Probably involved bots.
Yep. So, you're not making it.
Our girl Shakira, who is, of course,
so hot.
In this case, so not going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Neither's Mariah Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Black Crowes were stiffed again. In Excess not going to make it either, or is Melissa Etheridge. So,
congrats to those who did.
There you go. Absolutely.
And thank you for finally getting it right with Iron Maiden.
Friday night was a bit of a historic evening right here in Orlando as Triumph kicked off their reunion tour Friday night. It's the first show since last June when they got together prior to Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals between the Panthers and the Oilers in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. It's their first tour with Rick Emmett and Gil Moore together since 1988. They ran through a 15-song set, and Triumph is now touring as a 5-piece on this reunion tour. So Orlando got to check it out first, and the reviews were all pretty glowing. It's good to see them back in action. The Rolling Stones were up to doing Rolling Stones-type things over the weekend. We told you last week they were probably going to slip something out there from their new album called Foreign Tongues, which is due out, I believe, in June. Saturday, they released what's known as a white label vinyl pressing of a song called Rough and Twisted. And they put it into several independent record stores around the country. So some of you might have been able to scoop that up if you had a heads up that that was happening. And well, you now have a collectible. Although that song will be included on the forthcoming album, it will be by the band The Rolling Stones, not the Cockroaches, as this one was issued under.
Oh, really?
The alias, yes, which they've used. They've used that before. Not known if this song, Rough and Twisted, will be the first single, but it will definitely be on the album.
It's pretty cool they do stuff like that.
Yeah, they always have some sort of, get people talking, get a buzz going.
Well, just like, sitting in the bar, in just a dive bar, one of the band members was, in between. It's like, holy cow, that dude's in the Rolling Stones.
Another honor bestowed upon Ozzy after his death. He is now being honored with a limited edition watch. This is going to be produced by Split Watches, a company based in London. the global release of the Aussie watch, with only 50 of these being made. They'll be exclusively available as of May 14th via Split Watches. The item is going for nearly $3,000.
Cool.
And all the proceeds will be donated to Music Cares, which was close to the heart of Ozzy. This is, I think this is awesome. Deep Purple paid a visit on Friday to their woman from Tokyo. The Japanese Prime Minister and hard rock and heavy metal fan Sine Takachi was at her office in Tokyo when Deep Purple showed up. She has often said Purple is one of her favorite bands.
That's cool.
They started a run of shows in Japan on Saturday in Tokyo, followed by Osaka and Nagoya tomorrow. They stopped in and said, hey, we heard you're a fan, and here we are. We'd love to meet you. And she was absolutely thrilled. That is super cool.
Yeah.
That's way cool. And what else we got here? That pretty much, I think that's the long and the short of it here, Taco Bob.
End of that high note right there with Deep Purple.
If you want to see the full list of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff, I've put that on the JRR Facebook page for you to check out.
Follow the WJRR, Orlando's rock station.